Good morning, Saturday 21st of September. I thought I'd do a full walkthrough of my property from the road. You can see it doesn't look like too much, and that's the bones of the house getting rebuilt. So it's one story here, that level, and then from here there's another level underneath. And there's actually 4 terraces. So this section, that one, a little one there, and then some land at the bottom that goes all the way along to the forest. But I'll give you a little walk around and show you some of the latest progress as well. So, level 1, underneath this terrace, this is the office that I'm actually sleeping in and working in at the moment. Over here will be a parking area, all the way around here to this little wall. Oh shit, I left the car windows open, never mind. It's been raining, thank goodness, because there's been a lot of fires in Portugal this last week. This is the kind of little section of land that goes down, bordering the stream on that side. It's just basically a little patch just down here, but we've been putting in, the builders have been piling up rubble here, so what we've agreed with some of the neighbours is that this little public access road that goes down into the farmland in between me and the other side of the valley, we're actually going to move that. I'm going to take ownership of this so that we can wall it off, fill this up, and then that makes a nice big wide turning area into my parking area. And then the little lane will come down. There's a well under here, which is mine, but we've agreed we're just going to cap it across, and then they're going to build a slower sort of ramp, slower, whatever. Less steep than this anyway, put it that way. So this is the little planting area that I put in. Probably started this about 2 years ago, just to have something nice to kind of look at when I was coming to the house, doing a lot of the demolition. So unfinished, as you can see, because I don't know where the final floor level is going to be. And then you'll start to see now this goes down onto the second terrace level, and there will be more steps onto the bottom down there. You come to say hello. So road level's up there. Where Tiny is right now is kind of level 1.5. I'll show you my little kitchen. So one of my previous videos, I was doing the washing up in the shower, because basically this is just a storage room where I don't have any water, but I do have an air fryer, a camping stove, a great big fridge, microwave toaster, basically everything I need to survive. And these metal shelves will be repurposed down in the utility room, which I'll show you in a bit. So yeah, it's a house of many levels. This is all my tools and little project stuff. This is the top of the sink that will go in the downstairs bathroom. And then we're kind of onto the terrace. So from the road, you can just about see the top of this here. This is all going to be replaced. This will be whitewash beams and completely open with that wall and that wall gone as well. So it'll be a huge outside dining area. So level 1.5 is actually this little section here, which is just outside the office. You can see it's a bit of a dumping ground. Plants are in the shade from the sun. And yeah, this will eventually be a step down onto that terrace. But yeah, this is, I forgot to make the bed, never mind. So this is the office. And that's the access to the road out there. So temporary wardrobe, pallet bed. There's Miss Bella having a little sleep. And that's where I basically work and sleep. So yeah. Okay, so level 1.5, let's go back down to here. So this terrace is above the downstairs bathroom, and below this little section will be the utility room, the pellet boiler and things like that. So this is going to extend out another 1.5 meters. And the plan from the start was that I wanted a terrace, that you'll see the base of the terrace, stilts and metal poles, whatever, are going to go up. And this terrace is going to basically wrap around the whole of the house onto the land at the other side. This section here at the moment will be a garden area. It's way bigger than I imagined it on the plans, but that's great because I've got a lot of things to plant. And at some point in the next 2 weeks, I'll show you the main house in a second, but all this is going to have to come down, which means that all this needs clearing out. And so that, apart from the table, I think I might put the table up on there so I can actually have somewhere to sit and have lunch. But all of this, sideboard, toilet, mirror, dishwasher, and then my bathtub is down there. It's been there for about 2 years. All of that, all of this is going to have to come out because it's going to go downstairs into my new bedroom, which is down there. So this is where I was doing washing up. There's my washing machine in the corner. And luckily the builders were able to hook up my gas heater to the shower room because they kindly fixed up my shower room so that I could use it instead of using a bucket compost toilet. Anyway, interior stairs. There'll be a huge window at the end there, at the top. Double doors at the bottom. I'll show you that in a sec. This is sort of level 1.5 again, so kind of ups and downs all over the place. So this is kitchen diner. This will have big bifold, hopefully bifold doors. We'll see what the cost ends up like. But yeah, you see all the plumbing and electrics are in for the kitchen units. That's for the extractor fan. Lots of electric points. And the beginning of the plumbing for the dishwasher. And yeah, stonework is being retained on this side. I'll show you on the other side as well. I've actually got wellies on today because there's so much crap around. So yeah, original stonework. Not sure about what's going to happen here, maybe render, but this is the original stone door frame that was painted. So sandblasted it all. I was actually living in this area for about a year with temporary electrics and stuff when the old roof was on. But yeah, so at the moment I'm in the office. And then I'm going to walk through this little doorway into the TV slash, what's the word? TV room slash sort of second bedroom. So big sofa bed in there, TV. And then up above the shower, which is this, there's basically a mezzanine bedroom above this. So the roof will go down and there'll be a sort of temporary bedroom, double bedroom up there as well. So this is where I'm doing the washing up. I stupidly got black instead of white to support the glass, but never mind, I'll fix that with a bit of paint. The main entrance to the house will be somewhere just past the top of the stairs. And yeah, so you look out of that window onto terrace number 1. And then from here, this is terrace number 2. So this used to be a blue door and a tiny little balcony that just had a little railing around it. In fact, you can see the railing over there on the floor. So the terrace that's going to wrap around the whole house will actually come all the way to here as well. So imagine like a 1.5 meters terrace coming all the way around from there and then all the way across the side of the house back to where I was just now. From here, you'll be able to turn left or turn right, and you'll be able to walk onto that first terrace and then turn around and come down the steps to this terrace. So these are the wonky planters that I built for my kitchen garden, and they're filled with loads of old bits of offcuts of wood, hay bales, and they're just kind of settling at the moment. I'm just going to pick some weeds out, I think. But yeah, the land that I own on this section, it basically comes across here to the back of these planters. So these 2 sections are quite short. And then the third terrace is behind here. And there'll be steps going down onto that one. And then the 4th terrace, where you can see the birds, enclosures, there'll be another set of steps. So basically I just want straight access out to the birds. And then that section of land actually goes all the way to the forest at the end. I'll show you that as well. Alrighty. So the majority of work that's been going on this week has been kind of finishing off this corridor. So they rendered all the top section. But because I hadn't noticed on the plans that these steps were 80 centimetres wide, yeah, I was kind of hoping that they'd be quite a bit wider, but what they're going to do, I think, I talked to the builder yesterday, is maybe even just keep a bit of a step there and fill this in, but we'll see. I don't know. It'll just mean it's a little bit wider in one section, but I don't know if it's going to look a bit weird, so we'll figure that out. Anyway, here will be double doors. I think they're about 80 centimetres wide. And these doors are going to have like a panel at the bottom that's solid and then glass at the top. And the panel is because I've got a cat flap with microchip reader in it, so that my cats can get in and out, but the neighbours' cats can't. Because there's a lot of cats around, a lot of dogs that come and tear the bin bags open and eat my cat's cat food, which is why I've got an automatic feeder up in the office for them as well. Anywho, up to this little sticky out bit here, this is the bathroom downstairs, so there'll be 2 windows in the bathroom, bit of a door here, so there'll be sink, toilets, bathtub, and then right at the end where that section is there, you see it sticks out, that'll be the utility room. So there'll be 2 doors, exterior door, interior door, and that'll all be kind of closed off with a pellet burner that's going to run the radiators. Okay, exciting bit. So this is what the guys have been working on, rendering my bedroom. So this used to be the bodega. So this is what the where the wine cellar was basically in the house before. It was all dirty and disgusting. There was a doorway over here which has all been boxed in, and then that's the position that my bed will go. Excuse me. And then this is the area that all that stuff on the terrace is going to come down to. But yeah, it looks fucking great. I'm so pleased. They actually came and gave me a knock on the office door yesterday and were like, "We're finished, do you want to come and have a look?" And I was like, oh my God. So it's unpainted. It's slightly rough, but I've said to them at the moment, just everything is going to be white on the inside, and then I'll decide where I'm going to put either maybe some wallpaper in this room or maybe paint different colours, I don't know. I'll figure that out at some later stage. Anyway, this is the view from my bedroom. So this is going to be maybe three windows, I'm not really sure, but a whole wall of window basically. And the height of this matches the height of the windows through there. So there's a really nice kind of cohesion from the outside when you're looking at the property from the back. Talking of which, you get to see the size of the house on this side. I'll come down the steps. So yeah, imagine that with a beautiful roof, lovely windows. The terrace will be coming out here, metal stilts, all the way across there. So that's the outside of the bathroom and the pellet burner room, the utility room. And then under here, drainage. This is all just filled in with rubble, so there's nothing exciting to talk about there. But this side is the 4 water cubes that I bought to collect rainwater runoff, and then I've got to figure out how to connect all these. And the idea is basically to water this whole area down here, which will be a nice kind of garden area. Maybe I'll move a little coffee table down here or something, I don't know. So yeah, behind the digger, potentially there'll be a wall, so that's kind of like the edge of the parking. There's going to be some more steps just behind here that come down to complete the kind of the journey from the parking. And the steps that we looked at earlier, there'll be more steps, but like a square pad here, and then steps going down that way. All that wall needs reinforcing, you can see where it's all just been piled up over the years. And then longer term, oh yeah, these are the the electric and water for moving this down at some point to have electric supply for that, because that's going to become a workshop for me. And then eventually a swimming pool which you'll be able to jump into, which is going to be freestanding, coming off of that deck. So yeah, it's coming together. But yeah, you can see like where we started on the road, there was just like a little triangle of roof, but you can get the kind of the full idea of how big the house is from down here. So finished up, the interior living space will be around 150, 160 metres squared. And this is the boundary of my property here as well. So this whole line all the way down into the forest at the end. Here's the septic. So this was a well that I sacrificed. So this was the well that would catch the runoff from the rainwater on that side. There was no guttering on that side, so all the water was kind of dropping in here and then going into the Adega and then kind of getting stuck and being stagnant. So already a massive, massive change, having the Adega turned into an almost finished room. I can't wait to have my first night's sleep in there. So the fossa, the septic is basically a soak-away system. So no need to get a truck to come and pump out the waste. That's all good. But yeah, imagine when this is all rendered, looking beautiful. All the windows are in. I'm going for olive green kind of coloured windows and doors as well. And then kind of white or creamy stone. I need to choose the stone actually for the lintels or the bottom of the windows and doors, like the windowsills and the door sills. So this is kind of, where are we at? 1, 2, 3. So this is terrace 3. This is very short and small. I don't know what I'm going to use this for eventually, but that's where the steps are going to come down from that access there onto here, and then more steps down here towards the bird enclosure at the back. These are all the old beams that came out. I had to saw them into pieces because, as you can see, they're pretty massive. So there's lots of timber that I can reuse to strengthen up some of the bird enclosures and stuff. Not quite sure what I'm doing with that yet, but and this is kind of pallets and bed frames that when I was dismantling the beds in the house, I've used all of the frames to make compost piles basically. So bird waste, human manure, everything has just been composting down for a good couple of years now. So yeah, this door used to be the entrance towards the main house front door from the terrace. The big geese are like, what are you doing? And then we come into this like fenced off area, and this fencing goes all the way around, all the way around that way, to keep the birds safe from predators. So let's see, they've had cabbage last night and they've had tomatoes this morning. This is where Diego, he's the Muscovy duck there, the male, he's sleeping in there because he's a little bit aggressive towards his missus, Dottie, and the geese, so I have to separate him. This is the goose house. So this is one of the first things I actually got done when I first bought the property. Apart from clearing out the whole of the house and the furniture and everything else, I had some friends come and build this big concrete slab because I knew I was in need of a shed to keep the birds in. And originally I had them all mixed in together, but that didn't work out so well. So now I have these really great framed enclosures, keep the chickens separate, and basically the geese and the male duck roam around the field. And there's Miss Dottie. So she's the partner for Diego, but she's been lame. Luckily that has now resolved itself because she's been on the nest for weeks. I need to go and candle the egg actually and see if there's a viable baby in it. But yeah, she's been quite happy nesting and not having the sex pest chasing around. So yeah. And then right down towards the end, you can see the kind of the silver things fluttering in the breeze. That's not quite the end of my land. It actually goes into the forest, into a triangle, and then kind of this wall line here meets it at the end. There's like a little red post, maybe 4 or 5 metres further in. But for the sake of not having to cut down too many mimosa trees and whatnot, I just fenced it off there because it was easier. And then the road to the house kind of goes around here. And somebody else actually owns these sections above. But But yeah, the rest of it is mine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that good look at the whole property. It's maybe a bit easier to kind of grasp some of the updates that I'm making when I just do a shorter video. Now you can actually see the whole thing and figure out what it is I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get a cup of tea, figure out my plans for the day, and yeah, enjoy your weekend, whatever you're up to.